Guys, this is Ali here again, and I'm here to talk about the major paradigm shift that has happened in the enterprise apps space uh, because of COVID. Before 2020, there was a set pattern of how um, you build enterprise apps. So starting at the top, like you had the C level and the board setting the vision of the company, and then the C level and the VP used to define the business model for their respective divisions, and then the VPs and the directors sat together to define strategies and the processes, the business processes that are going to support that strategy. The director would then sit with their business analyst to define the business process um, that is going to that's going to help achieve that strategy, and then the business analyst is going to make a functional spec for the different applications that are going to support that business process. And then once that was done, you looked out either for your internal development resources or external vendor to translate that functional spec into a technical design. You should develop those applications, and once you had developed those applications, you would operationalize them and then support them, right? And ultimately, those applications used to get retired. Now, the interesting thing was that when you were setting the strategies, you were setting them for at least a couple of years, 3 years. The business process that was supporting the strategy would have a lifetime of, let's say, 3 to 5 years or more. So the apps that were being developed, and if they took, let's say, somewhere between 6 months to a 9 month to get operationalized, it was okay, because that 6 to 9 month investment for that type of resources that you're going to put on that development cycle is going to give you benefits for at least 5 years, or usually between 5 to 10 years, where companies used to retire those applications. Now, come 2020, a lot has changed. You all know, right? The biggest thing that it has done is, it has brought in so much uncertainty as to what business models are even going to be relevant. So companies have had to change the business models. They have to come up with strategies, not at a quarterly or annual basis, but rather on a weekly basis. They have to change things very fast. And what that really means, right? So if you're changing the strategy that fast, the business processes are going to have to be experimented at a pace that you never thought you could do them. So if the business processes are going to change and you're going to be in that rigorous experimentation mode, the apps that are going to support those business processes, you cannot wait. Like, the companies would not have the patience, the focus, or the resources to wait for 6 to 9 months with the whole team of the solution architect and the mobile app developer and the web app developer. And in case of JD Edwards that we are focusing on today, you'll have to have an integration specialist who's going to integrate those apps to your JD Edwards or to other enterprise applications that you have already. And then you will operationalize that for maybe starting from a month to 2 months, you're going to operationalize that, and then you're going to retire that. So like I said, that many resources for 6 to 9 months, you were fine making that investment earlier, because you knew that those few $100,000 that you're spending to create this app is going to benefit you for at least 5 years, right? And that made sense. But today, that 6 month or 6 month development cycle doesn't add up to today's reality, right? So you cannot do that anymore. So what we've done is we've created a platform called Swift, which helps your business analysts to quickly experiment with these applications. So as they create the functional specs, faster that they can create the functional specs, they can actually create these applications. And these applications, mobile applications and web applications, they automatically are integrated to your JD Edwards ERP. And why that's important? Because while you're experimenting your way through creating these different applications, you have to think of them as disposable applications, right? Because some of them, while you're doing these experiments, some of these applications might create business outcomes, some of them might not create the business outcomes, right? So you should be able to swap these applications and dispose them, the ones off which are not going to produce the business outcomes, and build upon the ones that would. So Swift is a low-code, no-code app automation platform, especially for JD Adverts to start out, where you can quickly select any module that you want to build the application against. You can select the JD Adverts orchestrations and then create an app that triggers that. And all the form services through AIS, it can pull in all that data, create that application. It has a caching mechanisms on the best of breed full stack, uses React Native, React.js, Node.js at the back, queuing mechanism and caching mechanism that is best of breed. So feel free to reach out to schedule a demo, and we would love to show you how amazing that platform is and how fast it is to build the application and roll it out enterprise-wide with all the right security policies set into that, where you don't have to change your security policy for your JD Adverts. So looking forward to seeing all of you. Reach out, and then would love to show you the demo. Take good care. Bye-bye.